So when spirituality becomes commercialized, a lot of people believe that they can take part in that very practice, right? And what I see a lot of the time is people really don't understand when it comes to spiritual practices the curses that are laced inside of the words that they're saying, the practices that they're doing. And instead of people trying to force their way into something, they need to stick to their own religion and their own lineage as well, because you might be getting yourself involved in something that you're not ready to deal with. So when I think about, again, spiritual practices that specifically have words and curses laced inside of the words to fight against what someone else is putting out there already, right? And for you to be like, oh, well, I can use this practice, I can use that practice. Okay, go ahead. If you like, when things start to happen for you in a negative way, then you're going to understand that you shouldn't pick up everything. Or when someone of that particular spirituality or religion or practice, right, lineage, because it is by lineage, by blood, if they're telling you, hey, I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that, then you might want to take heed to that. But a lot of people are, they just don't listen. Let's just say that people, they don't listen. They like to learn the hard way when it comes to things. And so yeah, you can let people learn the hard way. And so this is why when it comes to my spirituality and what I choose to practice, it has nothing to do with anybody else. You would never understand it, you would never know it, you would never be able to tap into it, because I'm never going to share it with you, right? And that's what people don't understand. When you get out here and you start to share everything that you do, everything that you know, then yes, people can be like, oh wow, okay, I can take this, I can cherry pick this, I can cherry pick that, and they can just go head on. But if they don't know anything about it, this is why the occult works the way that it does. And this is why you have everybody on lower level fighting and going against each other, whereas people on the higher ups, you never know who exactly they are, right? If that makes sense. You never know exactly who they are, what they're a part of, what they're doing, right? And this is how people are able to go on and on and on through bloodline, through lineage, through continuing things, because they're able to, and I think this has something to do with the Leo energy too. They're able to move like a chameleon. They're able to hide in the background and let somebody else be in the front. And I did some research about this also. Let me take a look at my notes real quick. So, yes, it says Leo energy, forced to be in a spotlight. Yes, some people will be forced to be in a spotlight, meaning that you just who you are, you're there, people see you even if you don't want the attention, even if you don't care for the attention, great. But some people enjoy being in the background. It's more of a scorpion type of energy, very hidden, right? Taboo. um they're not able to, or they can, but they choose not to, and so they will be more than happy to give up the spotlight. Here, no, you go ahead, oh yes, I'm clapping for you. But in the background, they're doing something totally different. And this is how people are able to recycle that energy and keep it going, right? And it also has to do with, again, occultism, gatekeeping, coming up with new spells and rituals according to the times. You know how back in the day you had your spells, your rituals passed on through your family, your bloodline, boom. In this new day and age, you are to take what you have learned from the past and continue it. How do you continue it? You look at the times, you see what's going on. If you look at ancient books, if you look at what else, paintings, it will explain to you that they captured what was going on during the times, right? Revolutions, wars, right? All of this stuff that was going on. And you're going to be able to see that through your spiritual practices. So I was looking at the movie Matilda, right? And with my generation, we had a lot of shows like Matilda, what was it? Erie, Indiana, if you guys remember that one. That was from like way back in the 90s. Goosebumps. What else? We had like the whole series of Goosebumps. Basically, with my generation, we were being told that we're magical people, right? And for us to engage with that type of energy, this is why you would see a lot of my generation. We like to be placed inside of like nostalgia. It's sort of like if you step inside of a restaurant that you used to be in when you were young, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so nostalgic being here. Or we will get things that will make us remember something from the past. Like we'll get like certain things printed on our shirts, or we will decorate our home in a certain type of way. With the people, when I was younger, I would decorate my room with my favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that. Well, again, with my generation, we were always told by way of media, by way of books, shows, that we were the magical group and that we should be focused on that instead of being focused on the quote unquote adult aspect of it. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger growing up, I seen adults and they like, okay, we're happy, we making money, we got cars, homes, stuff like that. But they were like rigid. They didn't know how to have fun. Some of them did it, but some of them didn't. They didn't know how to have fun and go out. And when we were younger, we would go out to the amusement parks. We would go to we would just like have a lot of fun, right? Go out to the movies, go skating, swimming, just, you know, having a good time. So I don't know if it's just me, but I know for certain that a lot of the time humans tend to reduce themselves down to the physical, which is very demonic. And it says here, I'm going to read. So, humans have reduced themselves down to demons. God plus goddesses are the examples of what humans should be on the planet. Also, the entire world, which is civilizations of humans. So when you think about time after time after time, it's been the same stuff over and over and over again, right? And then it says here, humans will continue to suffer and spiral out of control based on their own merit, right? So doing the same old things, not learning, not growing. And then it says, magical people need to support each other to remove like that demonic type of energy. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like it could be someone trying to hurt children, it can be someone that is hurting the elderly, you know what I'm saying? So because a lot of people like to play confused, well, everyone has a little bit of darkness in them, blah blah blah. No, everybody wasn't born like that. And I even can say this when it comes to neurodivergent people versus neurotypical people. Neurotypical people tend to be more jealous and envious because they can recognize the hierarchy more than a person that's neurodivergent, right? Because people that are neurodivergent tend to just live in their own world. So when they do step outside of the world, or when they step outside into the world rather, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm cool on this. Let me just go back to my own space. You know what I'm saying? And with the movie Matilda, like I was saying, one of my favorite movies, she was born into a family that didn't appreciate her. We know that. But how she found her magical intuition, I believe, is it was from her learning and growing and studying, reading books, being a part of those people in the books that she read about. Like, oh wow, I resonate with this character or this character or that character. Sort of like what we do when we resonate with our favorite artist. There's something special or particular about that artist that you can see within yourself. You see what I'm saying? So, and I really like that. But yeah. So I was just looking at my notes, but yeah, guys, this energy is very, very like in your face. Some of it is, some of it isn't. And so it's going to be up to you to determine what type of energy that you're going to want to engage in and then, you know, project to the world, I would say. So